I don't know if you. I don't know how to do the Instagram thing for you. I don't know if that's something that you need done. I know you said you had to put.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
put it in there right now.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go, man.
yeah.
This community beacon is for. You know who we are. If not, you can read it on the bottom.
Read the screen.
Yeah, those are our name tags. And definitely appreciate to be here again. It's Friday, guys. It's January 23rd. This is 2026, and we jumping right in because the brother was in mid sentence, and I stopped and I said, "Hey, maybe we need to go live." So here we go. Let's talk about the stretching in the capacity. Let's get into it because that's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, 100%, man. It was just it was a capacity thing. Um, and I had thought about it. I was like, listen, just today I need to lock in. I just need to focus.
yeah.
Focus on what is
Today,
happening
for
right now.
today day or the day
No,
when
this
this
was
is
like
when this is
Monday,
happening.
I think it was, or
Okay.
Sunday or Monday. It was like right
He
in
don't he
between
don't
there.
even know what the days are. This is
Yeah,
so
it has been 1 week, bro.
you reaching that capacity, you're being, let's call it expanding. You're expanding when it's like, hey, listen, is it my birthday? Is it Saturday? Like, I don't know, but we're dealing with what we're dealing with. So yeah, he's talking about a prior experience, but it almost sounds present. So let's get back to the storytelling. I'm not going to interrupt anymore. Let's go.
No, but you're right. It's very present. I mean, it's where I am, like right now. You
Say it
know,
again. Yeah.
and that thing is it's a very very real feeling. I mean, we are on the precipice of something that is very large for me, um, and because of that, there's like these tests that just keep coming up, and it's like I don't know which one is going to hit me because like some of the stuff is like out of the blue. It's just it's like somebody call you that you hadn't heard from in such a long time, and they ask you a question that you really did not prepare yourself for, because there was no way in the world that you would ever get that question, that conversation. And it's just been like those types of things are happening right now, right? And it's like it's very very interesting. And so I think it was Monday, I think. I mean, we could go back. We can look in the record. We can go back because you sent me a text message. And when you sent me that text message, I like felt this thing in my, not your text message, but like in my chest, I was still feeling like, yo, this is going on right now.
Yeah.
This is your life today.
Hmm.
Pay attention,
Mm.
because you're making decisions that are going to, I don't want to say alter, but life will not be the same based off of the decisions you're making today. And you've read the books, you've seen the movie, and you've lived the experience of when these types of decisions have happened for you before. So pay attention.
Mm.
You are deciding things right now. This ain't about choices. You're about to live with those things. Your family's going to live with those things. And so I just like man, I took that thing in and I was like, okay, we are here. I am here.
Yeah, man. It's interesting. You said, how do you prepare for those things? And I don't think we ever like everything's up to this point has prepared us to make those decisions. So when those decisions come up, it's like oftentimes like these are missed opportunity missed where's the camera? These are missed opportunities. But if you never knew that it was going to happen or you weren't ready for it, right, it doesn't matter at that point in time. It's only when you're ready for it that these opportunities happen, because all the other stuff that you we believe that we missed out on, whatever those things may be and whatever trajectory they could put us in, like those are like imaginary things to me, right? Like it's just like
Mm.
if I go left, I go right. I don't know. You know, sometimes I went right. This was my path. Maybe I got spanked when I when I made that right. But
Mm.
you know, if I now looking back on it is like, now when that comes up, it like, okay, here's the awesome part of it. I love it because when you say you're present, it's like now I can sit with it. You know what I mean? Like you're in the moment of of you call it a decision, you know, the decision, right? But the ability to sit with it and then really take it all in, because oftentimes we're making decisions and choices and we don't sit with it. It's like it's just go right, feel it in my gut, move to the right, feel it in my gut,
Mm.
move to the left. But when you say like, when you get a chance to make this decision to where you said, and it was Saturday, I believe, I sent you the text message, and that's how the conversation started, because you said you weren't able to get back to me. It's like you were, but and then I said, oh, it feels like today though. It's like, yeah, because guess what? I'm present in this thing, right? Like maybe that distinction is, and it's like so dope to be present in it. How many times have we made decisions or choices based upon what somebody else told us, right? I listened to the story, I heard the speech, I whatever it was the case may be, but man, I'm in this time now. It's my time. Like it's me doing these things. I can't wait to write the book later if that's what I like you got I almost think of a life like, oh man, I'm like I'm living this life like a book. You know what I mean? Or some people say I'm living it like a movie, but I'm like, let me but at the same time to take it all in, man. So that really resonated with me. Like it landed for me when you mentioned that, because I can kind of pick it up, right? In
Mm.
this expansion time for you. Uh, One of the things, so you mentioned expansion, and I'm thinking about like because we spoke about it last week. I think we kind of been leading up to this stuff, but a lot of the things that I've been dealing with, and I really got to integrate, although I'm not fully integrated. So if you all look at my face, I'm probably like in the sky. So I really need to go get grounded. Like I really, and I took a walk earlier when I went to go pick up Paul. I took a walk and then just stared at, you stare at the nature or whatever. But I need to get back out there. I need to take my shoes off and take a walk. So if you see me walking down North Lake barefoot, I'm really getting grounded in this thing
My
because
man went back to his culture. He
yeah,
went
yeah,
back to his culture. Him and Bob are walking down the street together.
yeah. Listen, barefoot because I need it. I need the grounding. Um, because this container that we have, like the holding space
Mm.
for whatever it is, like and whoever it is, and the situation is like I'm expanding. You have the capacity, otherwise you'd be like, oh no, right? Or really, oftentimes when you don't have the capacity, you don't even see it.
Mm.
Like these moments pass you by, but you have the capacity, you notice it, and when you have the capacity and you're deep within yourself and you know yourself, you say no, right? Sometimes like, hey, no, I don't have the capacity. So we're allowed to do that as well. So speak to the expansion, because when we defined decide a long time ago, we're like it's to kill off all other decisions, right?
Mm.
That has nothing to do with the capability and the capacity or the expansion. Like killing off decisions doesn't make less room, right? I think there's a spot where it's like less is more. Like I had all these choices. I get to make this decision. And when I make this decision, this doesn't mean I'm shrinking. It actually could mean that I'm opening up for everything that I may not necessarily have when I'm always thinking about these thoughts and decisions. So what's your thoughts on your ability at this moment to have the capacity, and or just expansion? Because I use the word capacity. You said you're expanding, so tell me a little bit about that expand. Tell us, because everybody's listening. Tell us about expansion.
I mean, first, I'd like to thank you for the way you framed that. Really, just that whole framework of capacity. Man, I was just pulling that in to my heart, because it's like you were saying it. You were like, you must have the capacity. You didn't use the word must, but you're like, you have to have the capacity because you were able to think about it. You're able to, and I'm thinking I'm like, gosh, man, that makes so much sense, right? I mean, I just imagine myself inside of a room, and I can see the space in here. I see the space. Doesn't mean that the room can't get cluttered, but I can still see the space. I have room to grow. It's like my son inside of his bed. I see his feet coming over the edges. I'm like, oh, time to get a new bed. That boy better stop growing, right? But it's like, you're right. You can see it. You can see it. You can see the edges. And that, I hadn't thought about that before. So for me, I took that in as an interpretation of how I can look at capacity. And you reminded me of something. I might need you to remind me of the question after I say this, but I think you were talking about expansion. But Hollis, my friend Hollis, he said this to me one day. I was expanding, just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing in the ministry. And he asked me to come down there and to be an assistant pastor. And I was like, I want to because I feel like I can't grow right now. And because I'm ready to do more. And my mind was like, the position that I'm holding, I can't do more. And so it's a mindset like this. I'm linking these two things up. I'm telling you, man, this right here, this what just happened right now has taken like 20 years, 15 years to understand this thing the way I understand it right now by the words you just said. It's like that thing just unlocked because he taught me something back then, but it came all the way back to me now because I felt like in the position that I was in, I couldn't grow. And that is so far from truth. So far from truth. And when I got to him, he told me, he said he had felt like that had happened to him once. And he went and spoke with his mentor. And his mentor said, when you can't grow high, you can grow wide or you can grow deep. But there's nothing that stunts you from growing. And it's like, your capacity is not dictated by your circumstances. It is dictated by your mind. If you say the canister is larger, it is. Mm-hmm. It is. It just is. And oh man, God Almighty, like, yo, you open that thing up right now. You open that up. You open that up. You open that up. That thing came all the way back to me from like 15 years ago. And I'm just like, it's like you open that up. You can see it. If you can see it, you're in it. If you can't see it, it's like, and then you did like this, almost as if you're underwater. You cannot see that there's more room because you're underwater. You're drowning. You just want out. But if you can see it and say, you know what? I don't want to do this, or I do want to do this. I'm deciding on whether or not I'm going to go forward. Then you're not drowning. Maybe the room is cluttered, and that clutter is feeling overwhelming, but you're not drowning. You're not even in danger.
Stand up.
Stand up.
I see the lady drowning in 3 feet of water. Somebody says, stand up. Man, the analogy that you put, because there's two, because you got two analogies going. So first off, the clutter. Some of that stuff in that room does not belong to you. Some of that stuff in this room, you've taken responsibility for. You've probably done an awesome job of taking care of whatever it is. You know, you ever lent somebody something and it came back in like impeccable, like, oh man, here you go. Like you get it, you're like, wow, you really took care of this. I just threw it in the back of the, but this person, but it doesn't belong to you. And people who understand this, like hopefully this lands for some people, right? Because I know it landed for me. It's okay to give it back, right? And say, and even give it back with instructions, like, okay, so because maybe that part was tough for me, right? How, like if I give it back, I'm just like here, right? Or maybe they even ask for it back, like I'm just, you're right. And you give it back to them and you say, listen, this is why it looks the way that it looks. You know, if you need support, and it's theirs, they let me hold it, but I'm giving it back. Here you go. And here it is with care. So that's number one. Some of the stuff in this room that's cluttered, some of the stuff just needs to be placed in the proper areas and given the certain the right amount of attention or the ability to see. So that's for the clutter room, because that's something that I work on all the time. The drowning. Oh my. Dre Taylor once said, he said, man, when people are drowning, it's not pretty. And that gave me like the ability to have, at the time I'm like searching for, empathy or compassion, whatever a person wants to call it. And I'm just looking at, like, I look to the brother, like I admire those things in people, because I'm just like, look, I just be like, yep, you on yo. I remember I had a who I spoke to recently. She said, man, Mike, sometimes you'll see somebody walking off the cliff and you won't and you only do nothing. I'm like, hey, that's their journey, man. Like, like that and that's still a part of it. Yeah. Yeah. And don't get it twisted. I'm not the same thing with this drowning thing. Like I'm looking at it, and so just wondering, how do I interact with it, right? And support, because when people are drowning, it's not pretty. Like I'm looking at it like, man, but it's like you get a chance to first off to stand up. First off, and another thing for me is when people are drowning. I remember I heard a Jamaican guy talk about it. Like he had to go out there and help somebody who was drowning. He said, man, I had to knock them out, because if they're panicking, they'll pull you down with them. But when people are drowning, it's not pretty. But you do have a chance if you don't fight it. That's the thing. You're attempting to fight this drowning. And anyone who teaches about swimming is like, the worst thing that you could do is to panic and to fight and to resist whatever it is that this water, right? You can't beat it. Is it the water? You can't fight it. But if you start to relax and you start to get calm and you start to find some type of peace within it, like if you can find this peace and joy within it, and it's an uncomfortable feeling,
it becomes navigatable.
You at least have the options. Like you at least can figure it out. Like you start to give yourself more options. When we tend to get into fear, I was listening to a guy, Joe, shouts out to him. When we tend to get into fear, our thoughts start to become binary. Like this is how our mind is programmed. So you get into fear, and it's like either this or that. Or I'm either going to this extreme or to that extreme. Ask me how I know. I'm extreme. I'm like, well, okay, I got to go all the way over here. Yeah, I'm all the way over here. Or it has to be that. It can't be whatever. This whole life thing is like a spectrum. It's a healthy balance, or it could be, right? It could be a balance, and you get a chance to make it a healthy balance of however it is on your unique journey. Okay, cool. I see the way somebody handled that. Okay, I don't have to go. It doesn't have to be either or. I do that. It can be, hell, how about this? How about you get all of it? And I mean, when I say all of it, I mean it's like you get to be at peace with all of it. And start to allow and then invite that. Yeah, brother, that was a dope.
Yeah.
You brought up the 15 years, and until you gain clarity on it, which I think this is. I was thinking about, people who coach and so on and so forth recently. And matter of fact, even the night that we spoke briefly, and then my son called, we had a conversation, and I remember one of the things I said, I was like, brother, I'm in it. You're gonna have to tell me, like, because there's times when you're in it, and I'm gonna tell you what I did now that when I'm in it, like I'm surrendered to it, to whatever this a bit, because I'm not telling you something that I'm not experiencing and going through. I start to surrender to these things. Okay, I'm in this place. I'm in it. I'm surrendered to it. What is it teaching me? What am I learning? That Batman is oh man, Batman Returns or whatever with Bane, where he's like, I was born in the dark. I was molded in the dark. You know what I mean? By the time I saw the light, you know what I mean? Like by the time it came, when you surrender to that, the amount of empowerment that comes from that, like I'm not fighting this thing. Like I go, you fight life. Fight the lessons. This is my unique path. I'm not here to fight with it. I'm like, what is it teaching me? Guess what it taught me? Some of the things it taught me. It never occurred to me in certain environments how joy or I'm saying joy, but yeah, I'll use joy. That's fine. That's the word that's coming to mind. So it's the perfect one. Where joy is not like just for the sake of it being is not okay. Right? So you go into it, like even sometimes when you answer the phone, this is interesting. How I took it on is like, okay, this person's calling me. This person tends to be, oftentimes when this person calls me, they're not necessarily in the best mood. So when I pick up the phone, like it's automatically like, okay, I have to calm down this joyfulness or whatever it is, that this pleasantness that I'm feeling, because this person's calling me, and now all of a sudden this situation is like the worst situation, or you can't be like, how can you be happy and Trump is in office? I'll use that for example. Right? Like how can the sun, and essentially here's the answer, how can the sun shine when Trump is in office? Like that's what joy is, as far as I'm concerned. I can compare to that. So you're telling me that the sun can't shine because you have an issue with who's in office, right? Like, and when you call me, this is the kind of conversation, and I'm making up this political conversation because it's easy for people to. Hopefully, it's easy. If it's not easy for you to digest, God bless you. I mean, Beethoven. Where Beethoven at? Beethoven, we talking about joy, brother. Joy. We got a link.
What's going on? B's in the house. Man, I went to full screen, man. I was just in 100% absorption right
Oh,
now. I
we
don't see nobody
they
coming in, man.
so
You
we
talking
in
about
it, man.
bees
I
on the
and
hive?
I ain't even see it. How we send a link out there so you could join?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Oh man, I don't even know how to do it. Okay. Yeah, Beethoven, you got time. I'm talking
There it
about
is.
joy. Now
It's out there for you,
check
B. Jump in.
why StreamYard has to brand everything. Yeah, so when people like I'm not supposed to be in joy. And here's the thing, because this goes back to holding the container and holding space. We can do that, but don't. And this is what something I had to learn was don't lose myself in it. Right? Don't lose yourself in this story. If someone is doing this, you could I can be there with them. It's almost like being there with my son. When my son throws a tantrum, I don't need to throw a tantrum because he's throwing a tantrum. I can be there with him while he's throwing the tantrum, and Paul is yeah, he does. Like a 4 or 5 year old tantrum. But I don't need to be there. I can be there. Hey, listen, I'm here with you. What's the and we can get to the crux of the matter. Well, we don't even have to get to the crux of the matter. Like he's a 4 year old throwing a tantrum. Beethoven said he can't. I don't know, brother. We're gonna try. It, what's he looking on? I think he's on my Facebook. Do I have to? Yeah. There you go. Or maybe you. How do you pin stuff? Like, oh man, look here, man.
Oh, man, I know I put it out there.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I can see if I can pull it back, and I don't know if I can text it to him or something like that.
It's
Hold on.
community.
That's a referral link, man. That's B, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. That's a referral link. I'm going back. It's like share your referral link. That ain't what you want. I'm gonna get you something. I got something for you,
I
B.
think this is it.
I got it. I got
You
it. I
got it.
got it. Yeah, I got it. But I need his I gotta make sure I got his you know what, B? I'm just gonna copy it and put it on. We'll deny anybody access
I
that's
did it for
not
you.
you.
Yeah. We
Here
got.
it is.
I think
This
it
is
went
it
up.
right here. I'm only gonna put it out on Mike's real estate. There it is. I'm not gonna put it out everywhere else. That's how you get in. If it'll send it. It's circling right now. Hopefully that's it. Did it pop up, Mike?
I see. Yeah. I see it.
It
Oh,
went
I see it on a
everywhere.
bunch of different platforms. Yeah. I think I pushed enter, so we
Oh, okay.
doing this. Community beacon. We'll be all right.
It's gonna be okay, y'all. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe somebody else will jump on too, and we might let you on
Yeah.
anyway. It's community beacon. It's community beacon
Community.
for the
Yeah,
community.
so it's for the community. So, this joy, and any kind of and just think about any of the emotions. Like you're okay to be you and holding a container or holding
Gosh,
a
man, hold on,
space.
man, hold on.
What you see?
Look at what this cup, man. Look at, man. You better show up. That's all I got to say. You better show up.
Seasoned.
Hey, it's season. How about Beethoven
I'm
showed up
seasoned.
one day? I seen the social media post looking like Morpheus off the Matrix. My man had an all black trench coat on, all black shirt, black guy, black beard, black shoes. And now don't get me wrong now, because I'm in all black right now, except for my hat. I got all black on, black,
Let me see.
He said text him the link. You got him, Mike?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get it done for you. Oh man. How do you text the link?
I can WhatsApp it to him. That's easy for me. I can WhatsApp that to him. I'm sure he's got WhatsApp. I might have WhatsApped him one time before or something like that.
You know what's interesting is you right. I'm looking on my Facebook page and I don't see it. So that's
They must have
interesting.
hid that thing, man. They don't want us to
Oh,
send it out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. Uh, yeah. Man, we can't let Beethoven. Go ahead, brother. I'm finished talking about it. As we
Go
get
ahead,
this,
what?
we get a chance to figure out how to do this at some point in time. I imagine make it a lot easier. She says invite
Yeah, we need to be
guests.
more ready for this. All right. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go old school since he called me old school. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna literally just type this thing right inside of the chat box.
I'm gonna send it to his email. Oh, there. Oh, I hope this is the same one. No, this is it.
We almost there, B. Everybody else in the world, just hold on. Everybody else, just hold on.
Or comment. I think we've been dropping some gems thus far into this conversation, man. This has been a dope.
Boom, there it goes. Sent, B. Now it's on you. Get in there.
So what'd you send? How'd you send it?
That man, did he call us old dudes too? Come on. Hey, Beethoven blowing up the spot. Gosh. Look at this, y'all. I want y'all to see what's going on here. Look, 1, 2. Come on now, man. You see, come on. This what he doing to us? Come on, y'all. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Old. Not even little old, but old.
Oh,
there you go. Come out. There you go. Gosh, man.
Y'all dudes so embarrassing.
How you gonna get on this? How you gonna get on here and just start off with y'all dudes embarrassing?
If y'all know how old y'all look as I watch this, I got it now. I got it now. You got nothing, brother. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Mike face froze. Oh no.
Y'all embarrassing. Y'all embarrassing. Y'all too young to be like this old, man.
Hey, what you did to Mike? Why his face froze?
Because he don't send the link to my oldest email. He deserved that.
Yeah, I did.
Like, how? I just actually put that email back in my phone like 2 weeks ago.
Oh
What's
man.
what y'all talking about, man?
Man, what's
See,
going
so
on, man? We
so
just
it's
had
right
this
on
open
time.
conversation, man.
Man, happy set Friday. Happy Friday, man. I'm at this office working my behind off. Well, acting like I'm working. I'm really looking out the window the whole day, but play a little golf today.
Okay. How's that swing?
Stupid.
Oh, man.
Dumb. I was embarrassed for myself being out there. And you know, I was feeling, I went and got a whole outfit, bought new clubs. I was like, well, I'm gonna be a golfer.
I'm gonna play the part. I'm gonna at least look the part. If you can't play the part, I'm gonna look the part.
I look like a golfer, but I play like a football player. There's 2 different sports, boy.
Hey, but hold on. I got a question for you. Are you on your cell phone?
Absolutely.
Okay, then show us the picture.
Oh no, I ain't taking no picture. I would not do that to myself. No, I'm not taking any pictures of video until I actually look like I know what I'm doing.
Man,
Dog, I missed so many shots. I don't want. Gonna leave it alone, dog. What y'all talking about? Joy, man?
Man, man, I guess we've been talking about. We started off talking about like the container and embracing growth, and we just like started to hit off on the joy piece of it, But then Mike started jumping into it's not even just joy. It's like being able to be present with whatever that emotion is, not allowing that thing to rule your life, but you rule whatever that is, understand what it is. I think that was it was a powerful statement. And then somebody just jumped on Mike's Facebook and started calling us old. And next thing you know, we ain't talking about nothing anymore.
Old as heck.
Trash, yeah.
But I think it's, I don't know. I mean, I'm
Man got Trap God on his
I did that.
With an uppercase G. Gosh, boy.
Respectfully. You know, respectfully.
Hey, what's that mean? What's that mean?
That means God knows my heart, dog.
That's not what this means.
That's all that matters. Nah, but I think that's a great point, fellas, man. To be able to live your life the best way you know how and get more information, live it. I don't know, man. Life is a tricky thing, man. Life is a tricky thing. As long as you're patient with yourself, grace. You know, I remember Mike was teaching me about grace about 3 years ago. Grace and empathy to people. That was a hard time for me because I didn't even have grace and empathy for myself. So I had to really take some time with that, man. But, man, there's no right or wrong way to live, man. Live and just, I don't know. I'm still learning every day. So, but to find a level of joy and peace within self and the community, the friends, the family that you're around, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But have no expectation for people to actually live in the same space you living in. You be in trouble. You in trouble. Try to expect people to really, I don't know. It's a very interesting thing, man. But I think, you know, every year for me, I learn a different level of joy. You know, for past 3 years, I've been finding out what joy actually looks like, you know, and it's different for everybody.
What does joy actually look like to you? Because I think that's an interesting comment. One word came to my mind. I wonder, can you define it in one word and then expound on it?
I think joy is a noun. Is a verb. Which one is action? Is it a verb?
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Joy is a verb. I think is what it is. I think it's an action. I think there's an emotion that come with it. But I think I find joy when I'm around certain family members. I find joy just waking up in the morning and looking at the sunrise. I find joy just what I already created for myself and expectations that I have for myself during the day. I find joy with a cup of coffee. I find sitting still. I find joy cooking and playing music. It's so many little things that I find joy in. I don't think it's a one word, you know. I think joy comes with a different variety of things. I wonder if peace equals joy. I guess. But I mean, joy. I mean, it's just so many layers of it, in my opinion. Truly, like it's just different. It depends what day it is, what activity it is. Like I found joy this morning. Like all night, I've been excited about going to go play golf. I was locked in. When I got to the court, I don't know how joyful I was. But it was, you know, but I don't know, man. I think for me, I think joy is every day I have a sense of joy. Every day joy looks better. Like I enjoy things, little things. I enjoy opening up my office and just seeing what me and my team build. I find joy into that. I was at Mike's house. What was it, about 3 weeks ago, Mike? About a month ago, I was at your house. I think Mike's father cooked, and you know, hanging. You know, his son is my godson. I found joy with just those simple things. Like it's not. It doesn't even mean have to be a lot for me, and it's a lot to be able to even do that. But it's not about how society portray it. I think it's just the little things for me that I find joy in. You know.
I think it's important for us all to have that unique perspective on like what these things mean to us, and for us all to get together and like to kind of express it. Because when you do it, or when Joe does it, or when I do it, which I really gotta, I was in some deep thought on my way back from Port St. Lucie today about us all. The expression, like, who knows where it lands, and specifically if it's landing within us, so that we can actually witness it, like, say, within ourselves, saying, oh, he said he found joy in waking up in the morning or being with my father, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that is joy, right? There is a chance for us to be present, and so on and so forth. So the unique way in which we express the emotion of joy, or how it sits within us, is like super important, man. Because sometimes my face might not be, I might not be looking the happiest, right? But there's not necessarily that there's lack of joy there, right? Sometimes I'm just joyful looking at my son, like, golly, like,
He look
man,
just
look at him. Yeah. But I'm just looking at him like, man, look. Like, or trying to catch a presence. And even he just recently said it again, where he's just like, why's your face looking like that? This is Paul. You know what I mean? Because I don't necessarily have to have this Kool-Aid smile on, but he's like, why is your face looking like that? And really, to me, it's like, it's a reminder, like, okay, I can't express it in this kind of way, but it's still sitting there within me, because I'm just looking at him like, yeah, this is dope. You know what I mean? To have this present moment, right? I don't have to be, it doesn't have to be this outward looking thing, and it can be, right? I think sometimes the way it can come off, but it sits in there, man. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all what I was thinking about today as I was driving this way. Oh, shouts out to Tyron, Ty Lucius. What's going on? What's going on, Ty? We all came together as we were going through a process, right? As we were going through that process, and I've always said, if I don't get anything from that process, I'm glad that we were all together, right? Because as we speak about emotions and just the way that we come across things, one of the dopest things is like, I'm like, man, let me tell you what I say, and I think I told Joel this recently as well. I was like, man, Joel is like, he's super heart centered. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell when you sit with Joel in his container that, and this is not that we lack these things, but it's like Joel expresses it in that kind of way. So you sit with Joe, and like the heart is like open, and so he might just be talking about grabbing something to eat. I remember one time he was sweeping, and you could just feel it. You know what I mean? He was outside sweeping with some coconut palms or something. And so you feel it, like the brother is heart centered. Then you got Beethoven, and Beethoven is super in like this. It's almost like a gut reaction type of thing, where he's like, oh, we going, like, this is the direction. You know what I mean? So he can, and it's just like, it's how we were all raised and socialized, and how we express these different things. And oftentimes one of these things tend to lead. So I would say Joel is like heart led. Beethoven is like, gut reaction. Like, I don't know what it looked like, but it can't be, it can't be this, or this looks good, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm super intellectual, and I'm just like, almost to the point where it's like, it's a hyper vigilant kind of thing. So what happens is because we were, and Lou was like super structured. You know what I mean? One dope thing about Lou was like, I'll call Lou at like 3:30 in the morning, and he's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, Jesus, like, yeah. So he's gonna be there. Like, Lou is like this super structured way, and he was going through some stuff during that time as well. His parents had just passed away, maybe the year or two prior to that, right? At the same time. So there were things that was going on. So let me tell you what happens is that while we're going in the way that is comfortable for us, right? Head, heart, stomach. What happens is that oftentimes, and we like to lean on those things, we don't want to face certain things. Like, sometimes I don't want to face the heart thing because I'm intellectual. So the heart is, I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's get like, and then gut thing is like, I don't know. But it's like, what we scared of? Let's just go. Right. So there's certain things that we kind of not necessarily totally reject, but we don't lead by it. But when you put all those things together, right? And then this is like complete alignment, which is what we showed because essentially we were forced to do it. Because one thing it was is that we were committed, like we were all committed to this process. But when we came in this alignment of it, so I'm gonna tell you how selfish I am, right? Somebody was telling me yesterday, like some kind of way, that's what she was telling me. She's like, some kind of way you get all the information out of me, and I don't know nothing, and we don't know what's going on with you. Because I'm gonna hit you with a bunch of how and what questions, right? But the thing, I'm so selfish in a way because I started to understand that like I'm really using it because you all are like reflections of some of the things that I didn't want to sit in at the time. So sometimes I got to sit with Joel with his heart centered way, like, brother, you still gotta such and such, how, or I got to sit with Beethoven where he's like, man, just stop. Like this is what you're doing. Like this is, you need to just do this. Like this is how you need to do it. And if I sit there and I kind of, okay, the intellectual part is there, but I don't necessarily need to. Like you all don't understand how accomplished how much more I accomplished because of that. So when I do this with everyone, I'm like, okay, so how's this person being whatever. So I don't have to say anything because you all are reflections of whatever I'm already dealing with that I may not necessarily want to look at or point. All right, that was my
No, that was a powerful thing you just said. If I could reflect on the experience that we all went through, I never even looked at it like that. But it really creates a great ecosystem of how we got so many things accomplished so easy. Because you're right. My gut feel, boy, listen, if it wasn't for Joe's heart,
yeah,
the day we was finished.
Oh boy.
My gut feeling felt like punching a lot of people in the mouth. If it wasn't for Mike's intellectual mind, like talk,
them $5 fried chicken box.
boy, if I get another piece of fried chicken, my gut was having it. No, but I think that's a great point. I think that's a good point. I think in business. Man, I think that creates so much of a strong dynamic to have all those different emotions and people can lock in on their strength. I think that brings so much value in whatever space anybody go into. If you can have somebody that's in the intellectual side to kind of dissect and build it, somebody that got the gut feeling that like this, I believe in this, somebody that have the structure, somebody have the heart set. That's some powerful thing, man. I think that completes a whole superhero squad right there. I think a lot could be accomplished with those different components, man. That's a great. I never looked at it like that, boy. But you're right. That Joe's heart helped me out walking out that door.
We get a chance to cultivate this within ourselves.
Facts.
We get a chance, like with that being said, like I promise you, it's like you can point and when you get deep into it, you could point that stuff out. You know what I mean? Like you can start to point it out, especially in there's a disconnection here between your heart, you pointed out. So yeah, absolutely. Within a business, it would be dope if everybody. And it's good to have people who have their specific focus. But for those of us who aren't running businesses, possibly you can have this within yourself.
Yeah, facts.
Like you can sit and you can cultivate it, and even your support group. If you notice these things, if you're cultivating a support group, start to recognize that, like, man, I'm really neglecting this heart-centered, this emotional thing, right? Like I need to get around somebody who can cultivate that within me, who could point these things out, because the connection is going to be there. Like they can connect to it. Here's the thing is interesting, is that some of that stuff is going to kind of be like, you'll be resistant to it, right? Because most of us aren't used to operating in that place. So you'll resist it, like whatever he's talking about don't make no sense. Like if I'm intellectual, because this 2 + 2 got to equal . And then if you sit with it within yourself and stop resisting, you get to open up to it. All right. And so now it starts to become this. It starts to become something different. If I sit with it, I don't have to agree, especially up front. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be an agreement thing, but it can just be like okay. Me and Beethoven had a recent conversation where he just like, look at it from a different angle. Let's talk about it from a different angle now. If you and he get into his gut center way and his whatever, and then you start to recognize these things. Like, that's how we were. I'm not gonna say we were forced, right? But at the time, we were so committed, and we had to.
we
in
chose
our minds,
every day.
we had to come together and get this thing done. But yeah,
that was our.
But it was
like,
but we were committed to it because we were committed. Go ahead, bro.
It was an incentive to reach our goal.
Yeah.
I think for me, what's it really an incentive? What's what do you mean the definition of an incentive?
What I mean is that we came there looking to reach a particular goal, and so it really incentivized us or gave us a drive to go through the trials and the tribulations because we had a combined goal. Along the way, we found each other. Along the way, because I mean, when we first started off, like it was rocky. It was rocky. It was rocky when we first started off. But because there was like this unified goal, aspiration that we showed up to the door with, and each one of us had the exact same aspiration for different reasons. And then when things got rocky, that's when, if there was a force, that's when that force was more present. But we were choosing that daily. We were like, all right, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody would like make a choice, would almost like put a choice out there for everybody else. Like y'all did that for me with Mike one time, Beethoven and Lou. They were like, man, Joel's all right. I know they had to say that because Mike wanted to kill me when I showed up. I could see it in his eyes.
So the cheat code I had was I knew Mike before you guys.
Yeah, you had a benefit.
I don't even. The thing is, just like with him, I could see him doing the same thing. There are some days you just gotta let Mike be Mike. There are some days you gotta let Beethoven be Beethoven. There is and I feel sorry for new people that come in and get to experience Beethoven or Mike. I'd be like, I can only imagine what you're going through.
That's how you phrase it.
You won't get it. Like I always tell people, if somebody be on the phone with me and Mike while we have a real conversation, they'd be like, are they fighting? Or is this going to be bad? No, it's just how we communicate. So I apologize for you, Joel, if Mike was acting a certain way during the experience. I'm just going to apologize now because I know what you were going through. But once again, I think for me,
it's worth it.
I don't think I guess there's an incentive. I don't know. I have a thing to see what the result is after I put in the work. Like I have like a thing where I want to see if I started this, what does the finish line look like? What does the result look like after starting something like this, And sometimes my expectation is met, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like, I don't know if I'll do it again or whatever it is, but I think all of it is a journey though, man. If you're willing to go into a journey, living, business, family, marriage, children, whatever the journey is, as long as you see it through, I think you standing on your toe, 10 toes down, whatever it is, and just being part of the process. But also a lot of people go through journeys without even being like they're physically there, but they're not mentally there.
They checked out.
I think that's
connected.
The group that we were in, man, there was a lot of days, brothers. I don't know if I really was mentally there. I was counting on you guys just getting me through this whole thing because I think everybody was going through their own journey. Remember, Joe went through the journey of Red Bulls. What was that thing?
Red Line.
Red line.
Was it red line? Yeah, them
Red line, boy.
Boy, Joe needed to
caffeine joints.
Stay up.
Whatever. But you know what? That right there, so I wanted to comment on something that Mike has said, and you brought it back to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, because early in this conversation, I think I gave an analogy of being in the water, but I saw Mike do like this. We were talking about that container, and Mike put his hands up over his head like this. He was like, you can't see it because you're underwater. And that's the way I saw it in my mind when he was describing it. And then it's like he started talking about drowning. And so like me and my emergency rescue mindset of somebody drowning, or maybe someone getting caught up in an undercurrent, it's like, you got to go with it. And so the word acceptance, and that's when Mike started talking about that. And I'm going to bring back up what you just said in a moment. Mike started talking about, I'm like, that's acceptance, right? And we created that A-frame structure: awareness, acceptance, awareness, acknowledge, acceptance. And it's like, when you get to that point where you're just like, okay, I accept that life is flowing in this direction, and I'm no longer going to fight it. I'm just going to be aware, and I'm going to start learning. What am I supposed to be learning right now? And in that process, it could seem like things are going against you, but it could be going for you. You got to give it time. And that's when I just heard that one more time, because you're like, there was times when I showed up and like you mentally were checked out, but because you showed up, the current was able to carry you. You were just able to move with the current. And the thing about it is I don't know, I can't speak for Mike, I can't speak for Lou, but I can speak for me. There was moments in that process where the current just carried me. And it's like, that's life right there. So many times we be like, life be life. And well, sometimes you got to let life just be life. Just let it life. Let it life. Observe it. Because maybe the current is carrying you in the direction you need to go, and you're so busy fighting it because you don't know that direction. You haven't been there before. So you don't even know what it looks like to be on the other side. I don't know.
The crazy thing is, I've probably got some of my best life experiences by just going with the current, by just going with the flow. I've learned some things about life that I don't think I probably would have stopped it. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have like, I probably would have deleted out of my life. But
keep it a buck.
Like, I would have deleted that part of the movie.
Keep it a buck.
I've learned a lot of good experiences, man, by letting things just flow within my life, man. Because one thing I've learned more and more, man, and we talk about this all the time, like, where sometimes you just can't stop. You gotta let guys work.
Yeah.
You can't stop what guys work. If God's working on something for somebody else, I think I'm supposed to save everybody. I'm in a season in my life where I let God work. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'll be there for you if I could be when it's time for me to be. But you gotta let God do his work, man. Like, stop trying to be God in these relationships. I'm done with that. I can't save nobody right now, man. I want you to go through the thing, because I think a lot of people become better after they go through something. If you survive this race, call 23, 24, 30, 40, boy, listen, you're gonna be stronger next year, boy. Or you just be an idiot with a knob in your head, but that's another conversation. I'm out of it.
Yeah. I used to have, there was one deacon we used to have, and man, he used to talk about that right there. He said his either his dad or his granddad, he used to call it knowledge. You know how when someone trip, hit their head, and they get one of those little Flintstone bruises or bumps on their head? He'd be like, man, sometimes you just got to bump your head. My daddy used to tell me that was knowledge, man. Like, gosh, boy, walk around with a big old knot on your head. Be like, yeah, he'd have learned them.
But how long are you doing this show now?
4 years.
Man, power of consistency, man. I'm proud of you guys, man.
5 years.
Congratulations.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Appreciate
lot of data, boy.
The control part and the because that's what I hear, right? When we start talking about this, the flow and the river and all that, like that, someone was saying we have 60,000 thoughts, like we can't control in a day, like that's what that's what the scientists say. Like you have 60,000 thoughts, and we can't control the next thought that we're gonna have, but we're talking about what's gonna happen as far as the outcome of something, right? And oftentimes, what I've noticed is that the outcome at times can be even better than what it was at the beginning. We might not necessarily say it that way, like say, okay, well, what happened or what occurred from this process ends up being better than what we thought it was. Sometimes we can be, and sometimes it's not that way. But you mentioned Beethoven, the ability to look back on the results. What we get a chance to take a look at is really the kind of metric that we're using in order to check out the results, because the metric that we're using may not necessarily be the best metric or optimized for what our trajectory is in life, right? Time is going to tell us that. They're the same, but all things work together for the good, right? So if all things work together for the good, yeah, I mean, when you're in it, the brother said when you bump your head, which all times it could be resistance too, like you trying to resist something. But when you bump your head and you feel that pain, because that's promised, right? The pain of life may be somewhat overwhelming. What we can take a look at is the suffering, which is how we look at that bump. So we can turn it into something, reframe it to its knowledge. We can reframe it into, okay, this is a lesson learned. We can reframe it into, okay, man, I didn't even know how I got here, but I got here. Or what Joel was saying at the beginning of the conversation, like, man, it all comes together now after 15 or 20 years, right? Like 15 years ago, I didn't understand how it was going to come about. Matter of fact, I was really possibly, he didn't say this, but I'm saying this. I was really trying to will this thing into happening. Like I'm willing it, and it's me pulling, like you pulling on this river. Like I'm going. Not only am I going to swim upstream this river that's going, not only am I going to go against the flow, but I also got this boat that I'm pulling too, right? Like I'm a will it, and not to say that you can't do it. You may make a little bit of ground, but eventually that river is still flowing because the river still exists outside of you, right? So life is steadily happening. The river is steadily flowing, and we're here. So now it's like, how do we? And not just go along with the river because sometimes a person may say, "Oh, I'm just going along with what life got to give me." I ain't saying that at all. I'm saying that as you start to go your way into this river, because you're only here for this amount of time, right? You can start to say, "Man, this is well with me." All of these emotions, this joy, because we're humans having this thing. This thing is well with me, and I can embody this thing, so I can also I can show people what it's like, although it's still my journey. I can point certain things out. I could steward this. I'm not going to be a savior. I can't do it, but I can steward this. I can witness this, and I can find the balance in between these things. You know what I mean? Like between the steward and the witnesses, and finding the healthy balance that makes sense for the relationships that I'm doing. Like this man, and I'm not drowning in it while this is happening, because the suffering is the drowning, right? Like when you is the resistance. That's where the suffering comes in. The pain is happening, but you don't have to suffer, right? Suffering, I find that small distinction. You mentioned one of the things that we did when we went through the process was about like, and compassion was about meeting people on a level. That's one of the things that we learned in that process. So like meeting people on that level and serving people at that level. That's not I've as much time as I've been in sales, I can't talk to people a certain kind of way. right? Because there's a lot of things going on. So, and people already have their own connotation or whatever to it. You need to talk to the people the way they understand. Beethoven, you're in marketing and advertising. Like we're like third grade level. How many times you gonna hear that? Like I got, hey, Chat GPT made us at a third grade level.
The best
Made
thing.
made it. Yeah, I think 50 to 60% of the people in America are functionally illiterate. Excuse me. So if 50 to 60% of the people in America are functionally illiterate, how are we having this conversation? This means that one out of every two people that you come across is essentially functionally illiterate. One out of 10 people that you come across, or 9 out of 10 people haven't read a chapter in the book since high school. How are we presenting this thing? That's fighting against, that's resisting something because we tend to do the work and have all this information and understand this process. And I think that's why also when we get around each other, we're like, thank you. Thank you, Most High, for putting these people in my life so I can actually take the time to enjoy it. Like I'm so grateful that I have this as both. I can be a container for them and be an outlet with them because their ability to hold my space, right? Yeah, man. Shouts out to the process.
To the process.
My name's still up there. I just want to make sure. It's important just to make sure.
Well, Beethoven, you here? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on. Yeah, you already know.
I got a new rap album coming out.
Give us a little spiel for those of you for those people who are checking that don't know you. Yeah,
if you, that's perfect.
I seen some of that new stuff you've been putting out. It's looking good, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. What I got going on, man?
Hold on.
Oh shoot, there we go.
No legs.
Crazy. They should have never gave me that. They're talking about Isaac and Mo on their show.
Yo, when you said that, and you like, I didn't want to say it. I'm like, come on, man.
So there was a dude in one of these. There's a dude in one of these clips that I was on Isaac and Mo and them show last week or the week before.
Oh my god!
They pull a clip out of a dude that was on his wheelchair, respectfully, was arguing with another guy that was standing tall. The guy that was in a wheelchair actually knocked the guy out that was standing tall and was on the ground. And the other man jumped off the wheelchair and started giving him the business. I don't know how I'll come back outside after that. I don't know if next week's gonna be a regular week for me.
and one, who was it? Mo was like, he ain't got no hands, and then Beethoven like, he ain't got no legs. I said, "Oh my God!"
Something like
no, man.
I'm still trying to do my passion, fellas.
Yeah, not that time, and I ain't doing no better because I didn't brought it up on another show and I'm laughing hard.
Yeah.
So I ain't doing no better. Don't feel bad, man.
You did. So
no, but I mean, a couple things going on, man. Right now, I'm in the process, building this media company and aggressively moving in video podcasting has been an experience. I think at first I focused on scaling the company. Like we have a process to edit, process to operate the studio, process to film shows. We process to even find shows that we also want to work on. We service clients for video podcasting that want to take their traditional hobby video podcasting into monetizing it and scaling it and making it into a business model. That's what we're great at. If somebody what's our DNA? Our DNA for video podcasting is we help podcasters build a business infrastructure for podcasting. Because it's a business. A lot of people get into it for the hobby or certain other emotions that they have that want to, but the real reason for you to be able to sustain it and scale it and make it grow, you have to kind of turn it into a business model. So we help clients, become that, or if they're ready to do that, give them the infrastructure to actually plan it, develop it, and execute it, right? So it's basically what we call our turnkey podcast. So the average person that want to be an authority in a space most likely don't have the time to come in and do the research, book the show, create press kit, create sponsor deck, create ads, edit the video, build a website. There's just so many layers to developing a video podcast business model. So we help clients actually do that, right? So the next thing I'm actually going to be launching pretty soon, I have a campaign. We've been working on it behind the scene, me and my team, that we are looking to create 150 shows under our network. The goal is to have niche conversations on different topics. So let's say if you are a baseball player, you love baseball, and you have that niche community, that niche conversation, we want to build a platform with you to actually build an audience first. After we build that audience, build a community that talks baseball. If you're into whatever, health and wellness, whatever the industry or the niche that you're in, we want to build a platform with you that you're actually able to lead the conversation, be an authority in the conversation, while we find ways to monetize that. Because a lot of brand deals, a lot of ad revenue, a lot of people in the advertising space are looking to have conversation in particular spaces. But what's happening, a lot of people are not having the space in a quality level. So people are having conversation, but it's not TV ready. It's not ready to actually go into market that somebody would be willing to invest in. Somebody would be willing to put the gas behind it actually off. So our goal right now is to this year, a mentor of mine told me, he said, the same way you're able to do one, you're able to do 100. So stop thinking small. And once again, if you want, real results, big results, you got to go big. You can't just stay mediocre wanting extraordinary result, And of course, there's some details into all that, but so once again, our goal is to do 150 niche conversation that we could bring into market and build community, create multiple ways to monetize through events, through hardcover books, to merch, through advertisement, through brand deals. There's over 50 different ways, 100 different ways you can monetize a podcast or just any platform, right? So, proven example, like we've raised over $450,000 with the Palm Beach North Chamber on platforms we created with them. So we have a proven product, and we've worked on it with some great organizations, great partners. Now my goal as a CEO of the company is to have some local conversations, but promote it in a global capacity. Because a lot of great things happening locally in South Florida where our studio is located. But we're also opening up studios in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Jacksonville. I had a meeting in Orlando last week with a group from Jacksonville, and I was in a conference in Jacksonville, and there was some good conversation with that. But there's a lot I'm getting involved with a lot, man. I'm being super aggressive. I'm working 7 days a week. Work is really exciting, so I call it work, but I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. But I love seeing what the idea that we had a couple of years ago, to actually seeing it go to market, like seeing it work. Like, it's that's the high I get in building businesses. To actually see an idea come to life and really build something. It's been super, super, super exciting for that. So I hope that explains it.
Are you ready to go pro? That's what
Right.
I would say. Yeah, you want to go pro? This is where you got to go. This is how you got to do it. Like that's a dope. I hear it. I'm telling, like, you can work, or you what a person would call working, right? I would imagine may have a business when you actually enjoy it. Like it doesn't even it doesn't even feel like it's just like oh did I get a pay? I got a check. Um,
Facts.
Shouts out that I was listening to, and I don't know anyone who has a chance. I think it was one of the dopest interviews ever recently. Was Tony Robbins and Alex Hormozy, and
I saw some of
shouts
that.
out to Alex Hormozy. I guess Tony Robbins has something coming up soon, like this free
His free
3-day event. Yeah. We did it. Me and my real estate group. We did it like 2 years ago. We was in the living room. I was in the living room dancing in the middle of it.
I went to
you went to what his joint, and he's right up the street. The studio's right up the street.
You was at the Tony Robbins event, B?
No, I went to Awaken the Giant Within. I think I can't remember what it is, where I actually walked on fire.
Like so you was out there for like 13 hours, 14 hours.
Yeah. It's nothing like it.
He's still there. His name's there.
I thought it was me that was going in and out. Was it Beethoven?
I thought it was you going in and out.
Oh, so it is me. It's me and Beethoven going in and out.
Yeah. Beethoven's just out right now.
So real quick, Alex Hormozy and Tony Robbins just did a dope interview, right? And Tony said something I was just like, yeah, that's dope. Where he said, your impact. Like he says, all I'm worried about is my impact. And he's like, and the result. And this guy's running, what was it, over $12 billion a year annually, right? This is his company. He says, I worry about my impact, and then the results will come, the money or the business comes from it.
They try to get boy down. I'm back.
Man,
that Metro God too. It's the reincarnation.
So this event, I can't remember which name it was, but I paid good money.
Good money. I paid good money to sit across. But I've built some also great relationships that I still talk to monthly, like a group. It's an out of body experience in a good way. God willing, soon I'm able to pay for all my friends and family to go to a Tony Robbins event. Like it's to be.
Ain't it something different, man?
It's different. Yeah. The man mastered so I know how to create a better event experience from going to that event. The man takes your mind, your body, the lighting, the noise, like they master the art of. I didn't even realize I was in there for 12, 15 hours. I was just there. Then when they told us to go walk on fire, I was like, respectfully, did this white man tell me to go walk on fire? So I'm walking literally, he's so mastered the art of the mind, it'll take you 15, 20 minutes to even get to the place where you're going to walk on fire. So the whole time I'm telling myself, did this white man tell me to go walk on fire? And I'm walking. And they tell you to take your shoes off from the arena to where you're walking. So now I'm thinking in my mind, my parents wouldn't even let me walk outside with no shoes on. Now I'm about to walk outside, damn near a mile to go walk on fire. They told me, don't get your dumb behind back in that house. Dog, at the end of the day, I walked on fire and I felt amazing. It's definitely a very cycle. Yeah, you're gonna deal with some things. But ultimately, like I said, the event was a great experience. I think people should experience some type of Tony Robbins experience. Like I said, hopefully soon I'm able to pay for everybody's ticket, man. I would love to bring some of my street friends that would never.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I think it'll be good for them, man. Even my Haitian parents ain't doing it. That's a lot. No, but great experience. And I got like you said it to me, but I've been in the war room. I went gym, golf, lunch, war room, and I've been here. Dog, I'm working on right now for one of our new campaigns that we're launching. But yeah, go to a Tony Robbins event. It's worth the money. I spent like $1,500 a ticket or $1,800. It's worth the money.
Yeah.
And I did it right after the divorce. Right after I got punched in the face.
Yeah, I remember I was looking through Instagram and I looked at it. Hold on, because I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you about friendship.
Oh goodness.
Dog, you gotta stop telling this story, dog.
Maybe about 2012, 2013, I actually had a coach from the Tony Robbins organization. And me and the brother was down in Miami or something, and I had to have a phone. And prior to the call, they want you to be primed. So you got to do jump. You get primed. Physiologically, you get your mind ready for this thing. And I remember Beethoven was like, "What did you joined a coach or something?" Like he said something. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. So here, I don't know if it was 2019 or 2020, because I can never forget. I was on the North Lake. I was driving through one of the neighborhoods because it was early in the morning, and I looked at my Instagram. I looked at the stories, and I said, "This is old Instagram." I looked at the Instagram story, and I was like, "Wait, what's Beethoven doing?" And I clicked on the story, and I see Beethoven. You know, Tony got a part where you and Beethoven is surrounded by a bunch of people, and everybody's just clapping us. And it was the next morning, so I knew, he had taped that. Maybe he was so, because after 13 hours, you're sleep deprived. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of things going on. So he taped it, probably in this moment of excitement. And so I called him. It had to be like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, "Is that you at the Tony Robbins?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm in Texas right now." I think he was in Texas. He went to the one in Texas. He's like, "I'm in Texas right now. We doing this event." I was excited. I was happy for the brother, man. But it was one of the funniest. It was one of the most let me not say funny, but it was one of the most interesting things to see Beethoven in there, and they was getting into the mood, man. So shouts out to Tony Robbins, man.
I went and bought a book because of Mike and Tony Robbins. I was getting to the Tony Robbins thing, but Mike talked about him. And I was like, "Man, it's interesting." Somebody else told me about him after you go through some harsh. You're like, "Boy, it's time for me to check it out."
Hold on, this before or after you told me I was in the cult? Which one was it? Because I want to make sure.
After I already pronounced that you're in the cult. I swear to goodness, dog, that thing had me crying, laughing at the same time. But then I was so deep into thought, I was sitting by myself. Like it was me, myself, and I in the same room. There was times I was leaving my body and was looking at myself like, "Are you crying?"
Yeah.
Dog, that man had me all type of emotions, dog. I was like, "Yo, I'm talking, dog." Tony Robbins will have you do it, boy. Then the music.
Do it in the end of this month. They're doing. I did it 2 years ago. It was a group of us that were in real estate.
Internet one.
We did it from the house. He's gonna do it again, and I'm telling you, if you can bring your wife, your kids, whoever you want to bring, and if you all can actually be with one another while this is going on. I mean, a guy just texted me today from that 2 years ago, real estate guy, in regards. So I'm just like, this is interesting. I'm just thinking about all this stuff. He texted me from 2 years, and we're still like accountability partners, so on and so forth. If you all can just, I mean, and it's 2.5 hours. It's nothing what Beethoven went through. That's number one. I'm like, if there's a scale of 1 to 10, Beethoven is really like 7, 8, right?
Yes.
That,
say,
but
hey,
this joint is
levels.
yeah, there's levels, but this joint is two to three. But those, but but it's still, if you into it, it's like, oh man, this is dope. Now here, leave your wallet at home, kids.
Good. Not only that, not only that, let me tell you,
Hey,
Oh man,
children,
you have never
children.
sales like Tony
Yeah.
Robbins. Not only that, the culture there. So
Yeah.
this is so genius though. You pay for the event the first time. You could come back as a volunteer.
Yeah.
I think the volunteers are free, or you pay a lower fee. But it creates a whole community. But let me tell you, when the moment that event gives you a halftime break, you step out. That's when you know Tony Robbins is a businessman. You could buy from nutritional products to books to vacations. He has about 100 products on this strip. Even the way if you're gonna go get some water, you're gonna pass by 50 people. You're not gonna just get water. If you want to go use the bathroom, you just not gonna go use the bathroom. You're gonna find a way to spend some money. Let me tell you, I act like I was on the phone the whole time. Mike, yeah, I'm coming outside right now. I took a dash out the door for it. But yeah, it's an experience worth it, man. I think anybody that's in the event space or in the motivation, like even you, Joe, in that business of motivation, inspiring people to do more, you should physically go, because your events will never be the same. Because even the lighting, it's not just regular lights on. It's flashing lights, it's clapping, it's hand motion, it's standing up. Your emotion goes from high to low, and you will, by the time you get out of there, I think we were getting out of there like around 8, 9 o'clock, I think. I don't even know. I swear I got a blank and a whole bunch of it. I was so exhausted that we all trying to eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And we all just sat there quiet, like. And you got people that's at all different levels of life. Everybody was stuck, like.
Yeah.
Did we just? Yeah. Like, and then people that were couples looking like, who signed up for this? Whose idea was this to do this?
Which one though?
Definitely was a great experience. I would recommend.
I tell you what, I caught a preview of a lady. I don't know, this thing must have went viral, but Tony was talking to this lady, and whoever cut this thing up, they cut it up so bad. The first thing that happens, you see this lady, she got tears in her eyes, a microphone on her face, and Tony says, like something like, "Who are you here for?" And she says, "Me." He said, "I'd never marry you. The first thing I'd do is I'd get ready." I was like, "Oh, what is happening right now?"
He said the first thing he do is what? What he say? The first thing he do is
get
what?
Rid of you. I'd leave you right there because you only stand for yourself. You're selfish. You are not there for your husband. You are not there for anyone else. The only thing that he just went on and on and on and on and on. And she just stood there. And then he came in at the end and he was like, "What you need to do you're back now, man.
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, Trap God 3 now."
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. He said,
I don't hear
us.
Number three, man. Gosh, man, I ain't never boy.
Yeah. Those are some deep conversations, man.
Yeah, but he was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talking about, this is a 60-second clip. Oh man, he gone. Just like a 60-second clip right there, and he's just unlocked her like that. But he didn't unlock her nicely. Like, Mike, this would have been perfect for you. It was just perfect. It's like, I'm not here to save you. Okay, here we go. Listen, you garbage. That's the reason why. You heard me?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me tell you. This is what you do to fix it. And it was like, and then, and the lady was just like, tears coming out of her eyes, and then they turn the camera and they show Tony, and you can see compassion on his face. And
Yeah, man.
Cuts off. I was like, oh my gosh,
This
that was
dude,
heavy.
Trap God 3.
Yo, these my phone.
TG3 in the house.
I like that one. But that, man, I had a good thought, man. That was, I don't even know. Oh yeah, Tony Robbins. Do not raise your hand at that event.
You're part of it. Aren't you supposed to
Tony
raise
Robbins.
your hand at some time?
Listen, if you're not ready to deal with your life, don't do it. I've seen celebrities, because it's such, you in a room full of thousands of people, but it's still like a private, intimate conversation. People were asking that brother, dealing with their family, dealing with their kids. I think he made one lady want to take everything back she ever said about her husband, her kids. Because I think she was in that blaming. Let me just get out of that one, because I can leave.
Hold on, that's the one I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a whole different one. I'm talking about he's bodying people left to right. Business owners. If you're out of shape, if you're this, man, the whole room was uncomfortable. Oh, he's taking.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tony Robbins was taking souls. Then what you got, man? The man is a beast, man. And like, I think he's 6'7" or 6'7", 6'8".
He's something like that, man.
Yeah,
he's tall and he's huge.
He's jumping around. Then he was losing his voice. Then he had an issue.
Yeah, he like 6'7" or something. Yeah.
So he was going through some things. Tony Robbins. Then his wife was like, it was an experience. I recommend. As a matter of fact, I should get some sales tickets for this. If anybody buy a ticket, use code TRAPGOD3. Give me my affiliate link out of this whole thing, man. But God willing, I'm able one day pay for everybody.
The joint is it's free. I'm telling you, do the 2.5, because a lot of people haven't done like what Beethoven did. Like, yeah, you going through something and you meet people, they're like, yeah, let's go to Tony Robbins. That's a dope thing, I think, going it. But if you have a chance, and it's, man, we are really plugging this dude.
That's that gut
if
that
you
you were talking about
chance,
before. That's that gut. There was no heart. There was no intellectual thought. He was like, yo, Mike said do this. I'm going all the way in.
I went all
the way in.
I think for me, you tell yourself you're going through something until you want something. I'm telling myself I can't. Man, I think I spent like $4,500 to $5,000 in that trip in less than 2 seconds. Hotel, rental. Then I think I stayed an extra 2 days. I didn't think about all I wanted to. Dog, when you want to, that
sales.
As bad as you want to breathe, dog, I wanted to breathe out of pain so badly. Like, I didn't care what it costs. If some air could give me any life, I needed it at that moment, boy.
I'm going to say that, but you doing that in that way, because some people drown it in substances, some people drown it in certain things that may not necessarily be healthy, right? Like it's just to numb the pain. But going through something like that, there's a process also in there, and then you have people around you who can also, like, hold those different spaces for you. That's one thing about, I would imagine, for a Tony Robbins event, is that everyone's there holding, because everyone's there for a reason, right? But they're holding space for you. But so that's kudos to you. I'm glad I gave you the idea after I was in a cult. That might make sense to you.
But I also, there's another thing I want to point out in this whole thing: the power of community, right? So
big community beacon. Point out community on Community Beacon. Go ahead.
It is.
So the crazy thing, because of my community, Mike, Joe, my family, my father. There's only so long I could just go being in space before I talk to Mike. And how much could I complain to there's like 4 or 5 people in my life that I don't have a lot of opportunities to be like, well, feel bad for me. Them dudes gotta be like, dog, every time I go through something that I think I can hide from, like I said, Mike, my father, a couple men that's gonna sin check me, I'm gonna have to run into them one day. the level of conversation that I have when I go through hardship, and I remember I was going through a hardship season in my life, and I had to talk to Mike while I was in the gym. I had to put the weights down and go sit down somewhere and go and literally go through because you got to go through the conversation in your head, because you getting punched in so many, but it's a safe place for me. The average person won't say talking to Mike is a safe place, guaranteed. They will feel like I'm there, but I know Mike's gonna punch me in my gut a couple of times. I only understand things like that. I only hear somebody when they're being super transparent to me in the middle of that of the race, and when I'm in the ocean. Because when you can't breathe, you're trying to reach for anything you can reach. You can do Tony Robbins, you can do anything you want, but you got to figure something out, man. But my community normally gets me out of it. I want to make sure I give Community Beacon, co-Community Beacon guy, Mike Seville, his flowers. I don't recommend no one else to go in that ocean.
I'm gonna tell you what, I'm just a reflection. So whenever y'all going through whatever you're going through, it's really you. It's really you doing it. You know what I mean? I can't take, and I appreciate it 1000%, right? But 9 times out of 10, whoever I'm speaking with in that space is really reflection. I mean, oftentimes it's projection. You're projecting onto me. And I'm just like, hold on, powder, right? Like I'm just holding space for you to see what you're dealing with, and whatever you're going through. It may not necessarily be that where it is on the spectrum as far as the story. The story is unique, but it's not special in the way that I'm not going through it some kind of way. So you end up being a reflection for me as well. So I'm just like, so maybe it's not a divorce, but there's an abandonment thing there. So we're on the phone having this conversation. Yeah, we're talking about your divorce, but it gives me a time to think about, okay, so where's this playing out in my life? I'm telling you, I'm so selfish, so self-centered. Where's this playing out in my life where this abandonment thing is taking place? And yeah, it wasn't a complete cutoff, but there was this feeling of it. Right. So then that's all I'm doing. And then we just having this conversation, and we're using 9 times out of 10 your language, right? Like whatever you want to call it. Right. You're just doing it, and we're just going back and forth, and it's just holding up a reflection to the point. And then oftentimes it's like, that's not happening to me. It is. Right. If I feel something, it's somewhere in there. It may not be that exact thing. It's never that exact thing. It's never that exact story. The story is unique, but it's something. And then it's like, okay, so what is it? Oh, it's abandonment. It could be this. And then it could be oftentimes it's freedom. Like, okay, so where's this? Man, it's freedom. I was interested. You were talking the other day, and me and Beethoven was going back and forth, and we're talking about how we're decorating something, right? And in my mind, I'm like, he's saying, yeah, I'm going to Home Goods. I'm decorating this, that, and the third. And I'm here, and I'm just like, yeah, hold on. I'm a Costco guy, but essentially it's the same thing. Like, how do I curate my space, which is important. I think it's dope to have your space free flowing. And at the same time, I'm just like, and I'm also like decorating this prison. Right. So it's just like, okay.
Damn, dog.
I have all this peace and whatever, and what I call the house is my recharge center. But there's times when the recharge center may actually be a prison. So I'm just like, so I get to decorate these walls, and just like they do in the 8x8 cell. Nobody, but I'm putting myself there. The view's beautiful, the pool's beautiful. I get to go outside, but sometimes I'll go outside and I'll see a neighbor. I'm like, man, let me just back up a little taste. I don't want to talk. I don't know if y'all ever did this, but I'm back up, and I'm just like, I'm gonna wait for my neighbor to go by because I know they're going to have a conversation. I'm just like, but why? You know what I mean? And they're so excited to see me when I walk out. Shouts out to Osprey House. Everybody in the neighborhood. I had a neighbor. He pulled over. I'm just like, oh, here we go. He pulled over, and we have this. But it creates something beautiful. So I'm just like, but so I can be peaceful out here too. Like just because someone is talking about, and I can say I don't want to have this conversation anymore. Oh man, I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that needs to happen. Like I can cut it off. But I don't need to be away from people in order for me to be peaceful and joyful where I'm at. I cannot not have the conversation. I can have the conversation. I can hold the space, and then we can create something super dope together. Because oftentimes that's what happens, and I imagine that's for all of us. Like we be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
and then we do it. It's similar to going to the gym. I don't know if I want to go today. I'm a little tired, and then I go and it's like the best workout I ever had, or it's one of the great workouts. It's like, wow, how did I just? I'm in the parking lot sitting there like, man,
Man,
Lord, is this for me? And then you go in there, it's just these little synchronicities that happen. One thing is Adam. You got to shout out Adam. I don't know if last time you spoke to him, Beethoven. Dope, super dope guy. And I'm like, man, I hadn't seen Adam own Jupiter Donuts.
it's crazy. I spoke to him 2 weeks ago about a project, but I'm about to put him on a show. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta call him.
Adam, super dope guy. And I'm like, man, I ain't seen Adam in a while. Every time I'm in the gym, and he's super sincere, right? Like when he's there, like he's like, listen, and he's like, anything you need, just let me know. Like whatever you're doing, just let me. But I stay away from him because he's lifting like these 90,000 pounders. So it's like Adam pushed weight. And so he's like, anything you want to know about this, let me know. Anything, but he's just that. And I'm like, I remember I was sitting in the car, like, man, I'm going in, but I just need time. And in my mind, I'm like, I ain't seen Adam in a while. Guess what? If I had got out and walked, I would have bumped right into him because he's walking out with his wife and family, right? Beautiful. So this also came up with the thought process of doubt and hesitation kind of deal, right? That I'll put into my mind. Right, because anything we want, people talk about. I'm trying to manifest it. You already manifested everything you want to go through, right. But that doubt and that hesitation. I heard a brother recently just say, an awesome guy. He said, doubt is a sin of the heart. So it's like anytime I doubt, or which makes me to hesitate on whatever it is, it's like, huh. And I saw Adam doing it. It just all came to, it all comes together. Like, huh. This little doubt and hesitation I had about going to the gym or going inside because I was already there, which I'm going in. Like I'm going in. I don't mind it, but this little doubt off to something that I consistently do with no issue, and this part which was, and I can't see me, but this part, my other hand is saying this is the abundance of it. If I just walk within this alignment. But this little doubt and this little hesitation, and I if this land for anybody that's listening to this resonates with you, this little doubt and this little hesitation, which also gave me this story, so it was needed, was like, anytime I doubt and I hesitate, the thing that my intention or that came to mind that I'm in the midst of doing, I could just miss it by that one little thing. Right. Them little 3 seconds. I didn't miss them because I saw them, but it was like, imagine if this, 3 to 5 seconds, like as much time and space that we have, there's times like, okay, I need to go to the gym now. When I'm walking up, Joe's walking out. When I'm going here, like Joe could be doing anything in the day, kids, wives, life in general, But as I'm walking, and we didn't plan this, we didn't have a conversation. As I'm walking in, he's walking out. Come on, man! Like these things just but that doubt and that hesitation, that separation, is an interesting thought, man. It's an interesting thought. All right, I know we kept everybody long. It's an hour and 45.
We did a good bit, but work on that. I'll pop in next time and talk about this. I got to deal with it still. I have an idea, but I want to deal with it still. But God bless, fellas. Man, I'm proud of y'all. Season number 43.
TG3.
Y'all old as Trap God signing out. I'll come by and visit y'all next time. Man, but y'all keep going, man. I love what y'all doing, man. You guys are impacting in so many ways, man. So I'm going to go and
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Keep on designing my gel. Peace. How the heck you? Assalamu alaikum. Nope. Eat pork and salami.
Wasalik my salam, brother.
That's good, man.
All right,
Good
brother.
show.
That was my closing thought. Yeah.
Nice having Beethoven on the screen, man. That was nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Let's do it, bro. We out of here.
I'm kicking out Trap God 3. All right. Peace. We'll see you next week.
All right.